If your YouTube channel is stuck at 107 subscribers and you're hoping someday the YouTube gods are going to come and bless you, I've got some bad news. They're not coming. Now sure, you can try praying or refreshing your analytics at 3 AM in the morning or sweet talking your thumbnails into actually doing something. But ultimately, you still end up with 27 views. And then comes that inevitable pressure and lack of understanding from your friends and family.
Quit YouTube and get a real job!
To which you should always reply with, and here's the good news, there is a fix to that problem, and it's hiding right here, in this box. Let's find out what's inside, shall we? In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how this weird box can double your subscribers and get you monetized faster. And literally, as I started recording this video, YouTube updated one of its metrics around this topic to make it even more powerful, and I think it's worth sharing with you. But before all that, let's tackle the real reason why you're stuck in the first place. So here's a YouTube truth that nobody really talks about. You don't just have one audience, you have many. Let's say you've got 100 subscribers right now. It is one of the first big YouTube milestones, and you're probably thinking that you now have 100 loyal fans watching all of your videos. Well, I hate to break it to you, but you'd be wrong, and we can answer that through a simple question. Let us know in the comments below how many subscribers you have and how many views on average each of your videos gets. And my guess for the vast majority of you is that you get a lot less views per video than you do subscribers on the channel. In reality, your channel will be a messy mix of super loyal fans, casual viewers, and random tourists who clicked on one video once and have never seen anything else again from you. And what makes this even more complicated is that most of your viewers don't even bother with this button. So let's not talk about subscribers for the rest of this video, shall we? What's this? The USS Enterprise D. I've been looking for this for ages. Engage! Anyway, your messy mix of an audience. Let's call them viewer types. And if you don't know who they are or what they like, then basically every video that you release is a bit of a coin flip. Some get views, some just flop. So what are these viewer types and how can you use them to help you grow your channel? Well, think of them as different tribes all living under your channel's roof. And each of these tribes have their own reasons for showing up. They watch for different topics, stay for different lengths of time, engage at different levels. Some will binge absolutely everything you make and show up for your live streams. Whereas others are really picky. They'll only click when you cover a certain topic that they're really interested in. And this takes us back to YouTube's update to the audience metrics I mentioned earlier. In the desktop YouTube Studio, if you go to advanced mode for audience data and then click on segments, you can now get a breakdown of new, casual and regular viewers. Casual viewers refers to people who've been watching your content occasionally for between 1 to 5 months. On the other hand, regular viewers are those who have been watching your content for more than 6 months. That's why in 2025, it's not really worth looking at subscribers as an indicator of channel health. This data is far more accurate and relevant. But it's not complete yet. YouTube have teased more screens that we'd like to get our hands on, and we intend to do a full and dedicated video on that topic once we know more. But yeah, in short, each individual viewer is going to react very differently to your channel and your videos. Now, a great example of this is, let me see, perfect. Ali Abdal. He has cultivated multiple audiences that watch different things on his channel. For example, the first viewer type on his channel are hardcore students. They binge his study with me videos. Then the second type of viewer are young productivity pros. They don't care about student life, they just want Notion templates. And finally, the dreamers and side hustlers. They want to see Ali's passive income breakdowns on how to quit their job and become a full-time content creator. Now, obviously, there is some crossover of these audiences jumping from the productivity hacks to passive income reveals. And there will be some super fans who simply click on Ali Abdal's face in a thumbnail because, well, it's Ali Abdal. But just by looking at the views for each of his videos, not every person who is aware of his channel watches every single video on the channel. And this is one of the rarer cases of multiple buckets of content working for a channel. But for most new, small channels, it doesn't. The question is why? Well, when your audience is small, YouTube has less data and therefore less certainty to work with. And if you do constantly totally mix different topics with different audiences, the algorithm's just going to basically shrug and hide your video faster than you can convince people that YouTubing is actually a real job with a future. This is why your views will often spike one week and then completely flop the following week. You're feeding the wrong video to the wrong people. Well, as I mentioned earlier, the answers are all in this box. This is going to take a little bit of explaining, isn't it? If you want to make videos that grow your channel fast, you need to figure out your content buckets, or in this case, your plant pots and your candle holders. These different content buckets help you attract the right viewers who will stick around, binge more videos, and who knows, become loyal superfans. So your buckets are simply groups of videos that attract the same type of viewer with slightly different tastes. Another way of looking at this is having different flavours of ice cream at your shop. Everybody likes ice cream, right? And if you don't, well, our conversation has come to an abrupt end.
Get out of my video.
Anyway, ice cream. Some people come for strawberry, some people come for chocolate. A lot of people, myself included, come for vanilla with sprinkles on top and a 99 flake, if you know what one of them is. On your channel, each bucket is one flavour, and certain flavours bring more people back to your shop or your channel. We saw earlier the 3 different buckets of ice cream flavours that Ali Abdaal has to offer and how it pulls in different crowds. But why do these buckets matter so much? Well, it's because not all viewers are equal. Some buckets bring in loyal fans who are far more valuable to you because they watch lots of videos and they comment and they share your content. And then there are other buckets that will bring in a lot more random viewers who may click on the video, watch it for a few seconds and then move on to something else. That can often happen when one of your videos goes viral, which is why it's not always a good thing to go viral. And if you're spending a lot of your time making videos for the wrong buckets, then it might look as if you're being productive because you are getting out your 1 video a week. But it's fake growth, unless of course you learn from those mistakes. So let's find your best buckets so you stop wasting time on videos that won't grow your channel. And yes, we all agree this is the best bucket, right? So what we're going to do now is dive into your YouTube Studio Analytics, and I'm going to show you exactly how to find some of these buckets. So step 1 is to find your top 5 to 10 best performing videos on the channel that have been posted in the last 12 months. Then you can literally sort them and add them into groups. So ask yourself which videos are on the same topic or have the same vibe. For example, our channel might look like this. All of our YouTube algorithm videos put into one group. All of our how to get more YouTube subscribers in another, and all of our YouTube monetization videos in a third bucket. And once you have these videos grouped up, you can start to look at some important metrics. How many clicks did the videos get? What's the watch time? And which buckets had the best subscriber conversion, turning viewers into more loyal fans? And then the final step, and probably the most important one, focus on the bucket that provides the best results for your channel. I know it sounds pretty obvious, but yeah, it's as simple as that. Now then, an important thing to remember at this point. This does not mean that you are forever locked into making 1 bucket of videos on your channel, even though that bucket does look glorious. You can continue to discover, explore and test new buckets of content, and you should. But the important thing is you've found something that works on your channel, and your audience most likely wants more content that is similar. So that's where we suggest the 70-30 rule. 70% of the content on your channel should be on buckets, formats, topics that you know to work with your audience. As for that other 30%, it's your creative playground. Go and have some fun in it. So these buckets, plant pots, ice cream flavors of content are going to help you stay laser focused on making videos that your best viewers actually want to watch on your channel. But as your channel grows, there's a sneaky new problem you may start to encounter. And no, it's not the world's smallest YouTube gold play button. Yeah, it's this. Audience fatigue. And this is when you keep making the same type of content over and over and over again until even your most loyal fans start to get a little bit bored. And this can be a bit annoying because people tend to want two very contrasting things at exactly the same time. They want comfort, they like knowing what to expect. But they also want surprises, a fresh new twist every now and then. Yeah, you can see how hard that is to navigate. When that fatigue does start to set in, the viewer is not going to watch as many videos, and they're not going to watch those videos for as long as they used to. And when they're sending those negative signals to the algorithm, it's going to try and find new, fresh content to deliver to them. And you can see that's a bit of a problem for your channel. Now, obviously, when you're a new channel just starting out, or you still have a relatively small audience, this isn't much of a problem. You could argue that finding the audience is the easy part of YouTube. Yeah, right. But keeping them is probably even harder. So how do you dodge this trap? Well, again, it is relatively straightforward. You don't want to abandon that bucket that's working, right? So what do? You find more buckets to add to your channel. Let's say you're a travel vlogger and through experimentation and testing, you figure out that there are 3 types of videos or buckets that always do well for you. First, street food videos. People love watching you hunt down the best local restaurants. Second, daily life abroad videos, showing what it's really like to live in a different country. And third, crazy adventure challenges, like hiking a volcano. So once you have these 3 buckets that are known to work with your audience, you simply rotate them on the channel. One week, it might be a video about street food. Then the next week, you're doing one of those crazy travel challenges. The next week, you're back to street food. But then the following week, you're covering a day in the life of living in another country, and then back to street food. You're trying to balance the buckets that work best with your audience, but also giving them something new along the way. By rotating the buckets like this, you're keeping the core vibe that people love about your channel, but also adding variety and freshness to keep them engaged on a regular basis. And that's where we go back to the concept of the 70-30 rule. If you are continuing to experiment and test 30% of the time, eventually you will find more and more buckets of content that do work for your audience, so you have the ability to take them on a journey wherever you want to take them to. So here is the simple plan, and it brings us back to this box one more time. When you're small, you find one bucket of content that your audience absolutely loves, and you stay laser focused on that. Then as your channel starts to grow, you build a community, and that community starts to ask more from you. You experiment with new buckets of content. You find ones that work, and eventually you have the ability to rotate. I hope I didn't break anything there. This should keep your audience happy, your watch time healthy, and your channel growing. But I know what you're thinking. There's got to be more to this if I really want to double my subscribers and get my channel monetized. And you'd be right. So I highly recommend you watch this video next, as it breaks down one of the fastest strategies we've seen to getting a channel monetized. There's no fluff. And the best news is you can use it even if you're starting from absolutely zero.